Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Lego Star Wars Terrifying Tales. This is the Disney Plus original. It is the first of its kind in this for a Halloween anyway. They did a Christmas or a Life Day one, I think, last year. Um, who knows? This could be an annual thing. This because it does leave on a little bit of a surprise cliffhanger. I will not say you what that is, but this is a 47-minute show special that obviously is our Star Wars universe depicted in Lego bricks, and the rules don't apply with anything. It's not canon. Don't worry about it. But it does create a few stories that jump off of real events in the films and not in the films. Things that we've only touched on in, say, comics or novels. So the main story is basically Poe and BB-8 crash land their ship on Mustafar. Now you know that as the planet where Obi-Wan and Anakin battled to the death um, in Revenge of the Sith, and also the place where Darth Vader, formerly Anakin, built his castle, as we saw pretty clearly in Rogue One. So Darth Vader had an assistant named Vani, right? Vani, yeah, I'm not pronouncing it right. Anyway, he's by the way, he's voiced by Tony Hale. You should recognize him as Buster from Arrested Development, Veep. He's been on a bunch of other things that children should not be watching. um, well, maybe Arrested Development. No. Just it's not for children. But this is for anybody. This is for all fans. It's I'm not going to tell you the whole thing. I'm certainly not going to tell you all the little twists and turns. But I'm basically just setting things up. Obviously, I've already told you that he crashes on Mustafar, and he runs into a guy who's kind of, since Vader doesn't need it anymore, he's redoing the place as a hotel. It's Graballa the Hutt, voiced by Dana Snyder. As you might recognize his voice as Master Shake from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. It's unmistakable. Other voices throughout this: John DiMaggio, Matthew Wood comes back um, as a bunch of battle droids and General Grievous. Sam Witwer does Darth Maul. We don't get Oscar Isaac doing Poe Dameron this time around, unfortunately. Um, but we it gets into a they get into a bunch of different scenarios where uh, they're told various terrifying tales from the past, and at least the first one has a very strong reference to the Lost Boys. There are references. There are horror movie references throughout this. There's a Shining reference later on. Uh, I won't tell you what you might be able to tell from that picture what it might be, but it's a very overt one if you've ever watched or have heard of The Shining, um, and it's actually really funny. Yeah, nothing is meant to be taken seriously. Obviously, this is all the Lego Star Wars stories, the games, everything have always been really good at poking fun at Star Wars itself, Star Wars fandom, Star Wars character stories, trilogies, just plot points, all sorts of things. It's the kind of thing that if you played any Lego Star Wars games or seen any of the other animated things, you know that. Nothing is off limits in these things. So the first story deals with Kylo Ren. The second story, I've already blanked on it. Dang it. The others, well, I know one of the other stories deals with Luke, and what if he got his wish? What if he got all of his wishes to get off of Tatooine? So this is kind of a what if. Again, not Marvel has their What If series, and sort of like Visions, the anime anthology series that Disney Plus put out a few weeks ago. This sort of acts as a very not serious, not canon, not um, realistic in any way version of Star Wars What If. They get to have some fun with these concepts, and you get to see characters in new lights. Oh, the other story has to deal with Darth Maul. So, so we get a Kylo Ren, a Darth Maul, and a Luke Skywalker story, and all of them were based in stories that we have seen in other medium. They just get really twisted in Lego. So it's what you expect. It's all good fun, and it's a must see for any Star Wars fan. Must see. You'll If you're a Star Wars fan, you're gonna get all the little inside jokes. If you're not a Star Wars fan, you can still find this funny, and it's a little deep in the woods with certain characters. Like, nobody knows who Venny is beyond his appearance in Rogue One in Vader's castle. I don't know if he was even used ever again anywhere else that I can recall. Maybe the comics? I don't know. But some of you might know better than I would. I haven't read everything. I do read the comics, and of course I see the movies and the TV shows, so I could learn a little something. Maybe you can too, and you might enjoy this. You will. Seriously. Unless you're a real jerk about anything Star Wars, which some people are, unfortunately. Nobody hates Star Wars like Star Wars fans. But it's the kind of thing, if you love Star Wars, you're going to love this. So bring the whole family, enjoy it. And yeah, hopefully they'll be making more of these for every holiday. For every holiday. You'll just have an Arbor Day Lego Star Wars story. Why not? Although it seems like Poe Dameron sits at the center of these things. They didn't even get Oscar Isaac to do the voice, so yeah, who knows? Anyway, that's all I gotta really say about this. I mean, it's Star Wars. That's why I picked it. I wanted to see it. Why not make it part of the series? I normally do these things randomly, and that I'm gonna go back to that very soon. But it's Halloween, or tomorrow is, and we're gonna make sure that everything all fits together. The next thing we're gonna watch tomorrow for Halloween is a favorite of one of my friends. It's an annual must-watch thing. He watches it. His wife and now his children watch it with him. He's watched it for many years, at least part of it. It's an old Disney thing. It's the last thing I have not watched while doing this Disney Plus thing. It's the last thing from the World War II era Disney films. It's The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. So we're gonna watch that. I think I've watched it with him before, and I think we only ever watched the Ichabod Crane one, the Headless Horseman story, and I don't think we've ever really kept watching Mr. Toad, so this will be new to me. I've ridden the ride, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride at Disneyland, so that's about all I know. So we'll pick that up tomorrow, The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you there.